Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville, Tennessee. Tonight, the Tennessee Volunteers try to get back in the win column as they host the Citadel Bulldogs. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Rocky Top, Tennessee. I'm Randy Smith, along with Bill Justice, former Tennessee All-American. The Volunteers, as we told you, shot 24.6% for the game and losing by 15 to Nebraska. That is in the past. This is in the future. They need a win tonight.
Tennessee and Coach Buzz Peterson have been looking forward to 7:30 tonight since about 5 o'clock on Saturday. Anytime a player or team has that kind of performance, it's agony waiting on the next game. I expect Tennessee to come out fast. I expect them to have a lot of intensity. They want to prove they're a better team than the one that played at Nebraska on Saturday.
The Vols are hoping the Citadel will be the cure for their shooting ailments. The Bulldogs are 2-5 on the year, and they have an outstanding couple of players. They're very young, but Max Mombalé could be tough to handle.
Max is their leader. There's no question about it. They have 7 freshmen. They are a young team, only 3 upperclassmen, and they will be trying to fight off a road game that's going to be a tough challenge for them.
Coach Pat Dennis, we talked with him before the game. He is struggling with these freshmen, but he likes this group he has around him to coach. He's in his 12th season at the Citadel. Tennessee, on the other hand, Brandon Crump, about the only offensive force Tennessee had against Nebraska on Saturday.
Well, Crump is capable of double-double every night. He needs to do that consistently for Tennessee to be a force. He's averaging 16 and 8. He needs to get that 31 minutes per game every game because they don't have a replacement for him off the bench.
The Volunteers coming into this one 3-1 on the year. They'll face a 2-5 Citadel ball club. The Citadel's already played one Southern Conference game, losing to Appalachian State. Stay with us. We'll be back to meet the starters and tip this one up for you from Thompson Bowling Arena right after this.
What you doing, Brian?
I'm just putting my name and address in these bottles and sending them out to sea. Hopefully someone will find them and contact me someday.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Why do you torture me, Brian Henderson of 12 Maple Lane?
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a
side of the ledger against the Citadel Bulldogs tonight here in Knoxville. The Volunteers are going to be dressed in their home white uniforms tonight, trimmed in orange. As you look at the series record between the two schools, Tennessee leads it 2-0, but their last game came in 1962. That was even back before Bill Justice played for Tennessee.
That's
Volunteers
correct.
won both of them. And they played in 49, 64 to 42. Here are your starters for tonight's game. Everhart Mombalé up front on a talented but young front line. Dante Miller, or rather Anthony Miller, Dante Terry, and Kevin Hammock up front in the backcourt for the Citadel. Tennessee starts with Crump and Hendricks in the front court, McFadden, Watson, and Albrecht in the backcourt. And Bill Justice, Justin Albrecht's getting a second consecutive start for Buzz Peterson. There's Pat Dennis, head coach of the Citadel in his 12th season. You see his record 132 and 179. That's only 42%, but winning is not the biggest thing at the Citadel, is it?
No, they're a place of honor and work ethic and discipline, and it's a military school, and their main emphasis is on discipline.
Coach Buzz Peterson in his 3rd year at Tennessee. His record 35 and 29. The Volunteers 3-1 this year as they go into tonight's game with the Bulldogs.
Coach Peterson practiced them twice a day this week after they got back from Nebraska. Had some pretty intense practices. I look for them to come out of the gate fast tonight.
Your officials for tonight's game, there's Tony Green, also Gerald Boudreau and Antonio Petty.
Good crew.
Boudreau from the Southeastern Conference. Petty is a Southern Conference official. And we're set to tip it up and go. Mombalé and Crump. Tipped up a couple of times and controlled by Tennessee. McFadden has it in the front court, and the Volunteers get the ball first.
Man-to-man defense by Citadel.
Albrecht down on the block to Brandon Crump. That one's tapped out of bounds and lost by Tennessee, so the Citadel gets it back. Fans are standing and clapping until Tennessee scores. If they had been judging that on a 2-point field goal like the Nebraska game, they would have been clapping for the whole first half.
Randy, they'd have lost some weight.
Yeah,
it's been a fitness exercise.
Citadel with a basketball. They go to Montbellet on the block, and the jumper is up and off, no good by Jamel Eberhardt.
Tennessee trying to get it down the floor quickly.
And a foul on Kevin Hammock. First foul of the game on Hammock of the Citadel, and it comes with 19:25 to go in the first half. Tennessee plays it in underneath Jameer Hendricks. Makes the toss in. Watson on the left. Here's McFadden.
Zone defense now on the out-of-bounds play. That's pretty common. Went from the man-to-man back to the zone. You're going to see a lot of help on this man-to-man defense. It's already obvious they're going to sag in on those inside guys.
Again, Brandon Crump will make the inbounds toss. Fresh 35 on the shot clock. The deep pass to Hendricks. Watson looking at the Citadel zone. Albrecht stolen away. Citadel's taken the ball away twice. 3-on-2, 2 turnovers. The jump shot is good by Kevin Hammock, and Citadel has a 2-0 lead. Down low to Brandon Crump, knocked away, saved by Watson. McFadden in the lane, no good. And the rebound taken away by the Citadel, Jamel Eberhardt. The foul on Tennessee coming over the back. That will be Scooter McFadden, his first team foul on Tennessee this half.
Tennessee already showing some signs in that half-court sets again of having some problems getting the ball inside. 2 turnovers and a shot that was a little bit forced there by Scooter on that trip down.
Well, we played a minute and a half. Tennessee has not scored yet. Citadel with a 2-0 lead in the ball. Montbellet works against Crump in the lane, shooting over him. Up and off, no good. Rebounded Hendricks. Tennessee quickly. The block to Crump. Hendricks had the ball, knocked away, and it's loose on the floor. Citadel gets it back.
Really a nice feed by Brandon Crump, but Hendricks just mishandled the pass. He had an easy one.
Outside shot misses by Anthony Miller. Down the middle of the lane goes Dane Bradshaw as Buzz Peterson is making some changes early.
Dane's had a little soreness on his knee that they've had, which worried him a little bit, but he said he felt a lot better. I talked to him before the game, and it's feeling a little bit better. The trainers have him ready to play.
Max Montbellet guilty of the foul. Tennessee plays it in underneath. McFadden on the block. Down low. Crump. Left hand hook. No good. Got his own rebound. Goes back up and a foul.
Good aggressive play underneath by Brandon.
Well, these fans are still standing and clapping.
Here you see him turn the first time, uses the left hand, goes up and gets his rebound, and has guys hanging all over him. Makes a little space for himself and gets fouled. That's good aggressive play on the offensive glass.
Foul is on Kevin Hammock of the Citadel. That is his second foul. And checking in will be Eric Wilson, a 5'11" senior guard from Omaha, Nebraska. And Crump hits the free throw.
He's been on a tear at the foul shooting. As a foul shooter, he shot 9 out of 12, I think, the last game, and hits again here.
Now the fans stop clapping and sit down. And they had to do it on a Brandon Crump free throw.
Point to point.
Second one in the air, rolls around and drops in. We're tied at 2.
Little half-court trap. Looks like they're trying to bring the Citadel into a double. Now they go back straight man-to-man.
Wilson and Terry in the backcourt. Citadel with a very small lineup now. Montbellet at 6'8", the tallest Bulldog on the floor. They go to him on the right side. He'll square up and fire, missing. The shot rebounded by C.J. Watson. McFadden back to Watson. Tennessee recycles. They go down low to Crump.
double team him. Good pass.
Inside to Jameer Hendricks.
Beautiful pass, and Jameer didn't miss that one. That's there all day if they double on Brandon down low on the block.
Tennessee with a 2-point lead. 4 straight points for the Volunteers. In the lane, the shot partially blocked by Everhart, rebounded by Hendricks. Tennessee comes the other way.
Did a great job of sticking his hands straight up and not coming down, so they didn't call a foul on him. Nice defense.
And again, the Citadel takes it away. 4 turnovers in the first half for Tennessee in the first 3 minutes and 15 seconds of the half. In the lane again, the shot bothered. Mambale could not get it to go down. McFadden all the way, and Tennessee has a 6-2 lead. First 2 points of the game for Scooter McFadden.
Good rebound and pass out by Dane Bradshaw, and an aggressive trip to the basket by Scooter McFadden. He's got to keep shooting. He's an offensive player.
Pat Dennis wants a 30-second timeout. With 16:24 to be played in the first half, Tennessee has scored 6 straight points. The jumper by McFadden gives Tennessee a 4-point lead over the Bulldogs. Tennessee band playing well tonight.
See Scooter take it on the right side and get himself in between the defensive man and the ball and lay it up on the board. Good aggressive drive to the basket.
Buzz Peterson and Pat Dennis coached against each other when Peterson was the head coach at Appalachian State for 4 years, and Pat Dennis has been at the Citadel for 12 seasons.
He's a great Division III player. Player of the Year in Division III his senior year at Washington and Lee.
Well, he's a great guy, and he fits the Citadel profile of what they're looking for in a basketball coach perfectly.
Had a great conversation with him, with you before the game tonight.
Eric Wilson drops it on the right. Out of the corner, the 3-pointer, no good by Anthony Miller. The long rebound by McFadden. Tennessee quickly up the floor, and it's stolen away. McFadden lost it into the hands of Eric Wilson. The 3, in and out. Rebounded by Mambale and stolen.
Citadel's had some shooting problems. They haven't shot it well all year. They're only about 35% from the field, and that continues tonight.
First 2 points of the game for C.J. Watson. Volunteers with 8 straight points now. They have a 6-point lead. Stolen. McFadden with a soft jam, and Tennessee has scored 10 straight points. They have a 10-2 lead.
Nice anticipation to get in the passing lane, and boy, that was going the other way. He had a head of steam.
10-0 run for the Volunteers over the last 3.5 minutes. Down the lane, coming out of there is Eric Wilson. Mambale in the lane, running one-hander, no good. Out of bounds, it'll belong to Tennessee with 15:03 to go in the first half. But before we put it in play, we'll take a timeout. Time on the floor, 15:03 to go in the first half. Tennessee has scored 10 consecutive points, and they lead the Citadel by 8 here at Thompson Bowling Arena.
If you think your TV's ready for cable, you don't know the half of it. Your TV is ready for Comcast digital cable. Ready now for more movies, new channels, commercial-free digital music. Are you ready? Ready for an entertainment experience like never before? Then what are you waiting for? Comcast digital cable is ready right now. Ready and waiting to connect you to digital cable. All you've got to do is call. We're ready right now.
Call 554-4100 for a free upgrade and 3 months of digital at half price each month.
We had a little get-together, so we called our old insurance company.
We told them we needed 2 tow trucks and 2 rental cars.
I know we only have one policy.
You get what you pay for.
That's when we switched to Nationwide. We can work over the phone, over the net, or with an agent who really understands.
She understands it was your fault.
Nationwide is on your side.
In Charleston, call John Herndon.
And in Mount Pleasant, call Patrick Smith.
The Citadels hit only 1 out of 10 shots. They've missed their last 8, Bill, and Volunteers, well, they're 4 out of 6.
Well, they've heated it up a little bit. Here you're going to see a horizontal pass, and that is really dangerous in basketball. Scooter anticipates and comes in, and when he's got that kind of momentum going, that's going to be a breakaway. You're going to have to let him go. It's an easy 2.
Tennessee with an 8-point lead, 10-2, as we get set to play it in with 15:03 to go in the first half. Volunteers looking for their 4th win in 5 games tonight against the Citadel. There you see your shooting percentages we told you about a moment ago. The Citadel 1 out of 10. That's Tennessee-like against Nebraska.
And Tennessee, on their field goals, 3 of those have been inside shots, and that rakes your field goal percentage up there real quick. Another bad pass.
That's 5 turnovers in the first, 5 minutes of the first half.
Nice back cut.
Stolen away. Tipped away. Tennessee got it back. C.J. Watson into the front court. It goes to Stanley Asumnu, who goes back over the head for the layup.
Great penetration by C.J. on that play. Made the setup for Stanley.
Wide open for the Citadel is Kedron Young, and he knocks it down. That ends a long dry spell. 12 straight points by Tennessee, and it's a 7-point game. There's a little trap. Asumnu penetrates, drops it off to Albrecht. Back to Watson, who swishes a 3.
C.J. hits that shot. It really loosens things up and helps the Tennessee offense.
Tennessee's lead is 10, their biggest of the game. And an offensive foul against the Citadel. Asumnu hit the floor hard, so the foul will be against the Bulldogs. Jamel Everhart.
Everhart's a freshman, highly recruited. Pat Dennis thinks he's the best athlete in the 11 years he's been at the Citadel they've brought to this basketball program. Great upside potential. Just a freshman.
He also said he recruited a couple of really nice players for next year.
Coming in next year. Very excited about the direction of his program.
C.J. Watson to Albrecht. On the block, Wingate misses it badly. But there to rebound is Crump, who got the shooter's roll to go down. 4 points for Crump, and Tennessee has a 12-point lead. The foul against Major Wingate.
Major got himself out a little far on the defense there. On the other end of the floor, he took that shot because they want him to be a little more aggressive offensively.
Hendricks is back in for Brandon Crump, who sits down for the Volunteers. Working with it out front, Kevin Hammock, who is back in the game despite playing with 2 quick personal fouls in the first half. On the block, Montbellet back outside to a wide open Matt Davis, who misses, and the rebound taken down by C.J. Watson. Albrecht for 3. Air ball saved by Asumnu, but he saved it right back into the Citadel. Hammock around Albrecht, missed the shot.
Good aggressive rebound there by Jameer Hendricks.
C.J. Watson will slow it down as he crosses the midcourt line. Tennessee with a 12-point lead. Down low to Jameer Hendricks, and the foul will be on Max Montbellet of the Bulldogs.
In that case, Jameer Hendricks just beat Montbellet to the low block there, and we came in late, got a foul on him, got an arm on him. Good break by Jameer.
Fouls beginning to stack up on the Bulldogs. That's 2 on Montbellet, 2 on Kevin Hammock. Tennessee is out rebounded the Bulldogs 14-1.
Great look, great look.
There's the block, the follow by Wingate, no good. Rebound controlled out front by Asumnu, and Tennessee will reset it.
Tennessee's having their way inside right now. That's why they've got that 14-1 lead on rebounds. A lot of that's offensive rebounds.
Jameer Hendricks sets the pick. Bradshaw down on the block to Wingate. Albrecht's going to fire a 3. It rims in and out on it. And it goes out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulldogs.
Tennessee still going after every rebound hard. (17-5). Tennessee with an early lead over the Bulldogs. Full court trap here, trying to force a quick turnover and get the pace of the game going like Tennessee wants it to.
Dante Terry knocked out of bounds by Watson, and the Citadel will get it back.
Citadel needs a good look. They've just got to settle down and get a better look at the basket. Their field goal percentage is very poor. It has been all year, so they're going to have to settle for good shots. Tennessee's going to try to make them rush it.
Making the inbounds toss, Jamel Everhart for the Bulldogs. They have 22 left on the shot clock and under 12 minutes to go on the game clock here in the first half. Down the lane, Kevin Hammock. That'll be a foul against.
That's going to be a goaltend there.
That'll be 2 points. Goaltending against Tennessee, so that gives Citadel the basket. It's 17-7, and at 11:51 to go in the first half, we'll take a timeout. Timeout on the floor. The Volunteers in control of this one. They lead it by 10.
Oh, Cedric, this is perfect.
Yeah, just you, me, and 6 of our best friends.
Ooh.
You know, I feel so good. I could just...
Oh, Cedric, I love when you dance.
I got a fire in my pants, girl.
Ooh, Cedric.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
Did you ever notice you can tell what's going on in the game from just the sounds? That's a first down. That's an incomplete pass. And that, my friend, is a touchdown. And that is somebody not recycling their plastic cup or bottle into the red and white recycling bins provided by our friends at Eastman, Knoxville Coca-Cola, Waste Connections, and Kroger. Because good sports always recycle, right? University of Tennessee basketball brought to you by First Tennessee Bank, the official bank of the Vols, by State Farm Insurance and your Tennessee State Farm agents. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Eastman Chemical Company, reminding you that good sports always recycle. By the Ford dealers throughout the greater Knoxville and Chattanooga areas, where you'll find quality people, quality products. And by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time.
Tennessee with a 7-point lead after they struggled, still did not score for the first minute and a half, almost 2 minutes of the game. But they rolled off 10 straight points before Citadel finally got back on the scoreboard. Volunteers on the offensive glass, pretty dominant, 5-0.
And they've scored baskets off of those rebounds too. That's one of the big differences in the score right now. It's 1 and done for the Citadel, and Tennessee sending 3 every time to the board, and sometimes 4.
Tennessee with the basketball as you look at Pat Dennis.
A little full court pressure here by Citadel. Trying to shake Tennessee up a little.
On the block, Crump down the middle, nicely done to Major Wingate.
The big people are passing it very nicely inside tonight. Brandon Crump's having another good game, off to a good start.
Long 3 by Dante Terry, up and off, no good. Rebounded by Tennessee. Bradshaw, there's the long lead to Wingate. Out of bounds, it'll belong to the Citadel. Tennessee with a huge advantage on the inside game tonight, 14-2 points in the paint over the Citadel.
And they're trying to do that. That's by design. They're trying to take it inside, and in addition, you got to count those rebounds, offensive rebound putbacks, because that's part of those 14 points. They're trying to establish an inside game. They've got to get that going.
Well, I'm not sure what we're waiting on here, but now we're ready to go. Kevin Hammock will bring it up the floor for the Bulldogs with 11:15 to go here in the first half. Mombele back in for the Bulldogs. There's the floating one-hander, no good. Hammock with a rebound, and Dane Bradshaw's coming over the back.
Mombele's having a really tough night shooting the basketball. He worked awfully hard in the offseason at his outside shot. That had been his weak area. See him here. He gets drive by, but he does a little floater, and he misses everything. Dane's coming over the back on the rebound because he's an aggressive guard.
Tennessee with team foul number 6.
Citadel getting some more size in with Andy Miller, a 6'10" player coming in.
Rejected. Shot by Everhart. Wingate keeps it in play. He takes the pass, knocked away, saved by Bradshaw. McFadden for three, swish.
He pured that one. That's his shot right there. When he gets set, has a guy running at him, get up over him, get the shot off.
7 points for Scooter McFadden. Tennessee's lead is 15. Their biggest of the game. Out front, the three, answered nicely done by Dante Terry.
Their best athlete probably on the outside. Best perimeter athlete.
Reach-in foul on the Bulldogs, and it's on Kevin Hammock, and that will be his third foul of the first half.
Well, you're going to see Brandon Crump come across when the guy drives the baseline, comes through in the lane and swats it. Beautiful. Goes straight up, knocks it to his man, and they go back the other way.
Hammock will sit down again after picking up his third foul. I doubt we'll see him again this half.
Good inbounds pass under the basket. Good eyes by C.J. Watson to Dane Bradshaw.
Bradshaw went up over Everhart for the shot. First 2 points by Bradshaw in the game. Tennessee's lead now 15 again. Down the middle of the lane, the shot by the Citadels. Anthony Miller won't go. He's fouled, and he'll get 2 shots. Foul on Dane Bradshaw, his second of the first half.
Hey, you'll see here under the basket where Citadel's packed back in, but Dane gets free on the side, and a little whirl there, and a nice pass by CJ for the bunny.
First shot is there for Anthony Miller. A 58% foul shooter on the season for the Citadel. There you see his numbers. 5 points, almost 2 rebounds per ball game.
He's just a freshman, and he stepped in and played some pretty good point guard for them this year. He's going to have to do it today with Hammock having 3 fouls early.
Tennessee with the basketball after Miller hits 1 out of 2 free throws. Watson. Hendricks on the right side. Asumnu, quick jump pass to McFadden, who is open, and he drains it. McFadden with 10 points for the Volunteers.
Stanley passing all the way across that zone. That's a good way to get a man open. Just throw it over the zone. They couldn't adjust. Scooter puts it in.
Tennessee's lead 17 now with under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Dante Terry, no good. Rebounded by Hendricks. Here come the Volunteers. Watson down the middle of the lane. What a shot by C.J. Watson.
Great move by C.J. He wanted to pass it, I think, and there was somebody open, so he just rolled it up and made it.
7 points for Watson. Tennessee's lead is 19. Out front, Dante Terry. Matt Davis drops it over here to Jamel Everhart. Ball saved in nicely, but Tennessee steals it. Asumnu, and they've got the numbers.
Another good pass.
Watson hammered. He'll get 2 shots.
Be interesting here. We'll count up and see, get the stats on the assist, because Tennessee has a lot of assists tonight. A lot of good pass. This is going to be C.J. Watson coming in, and it looks like he wants to throw a pass here, but the guy is covered, and he looks one way and puts it up off the glass, and it rolls in for him. Fading away.
C.J. Watson will get 2 shots for the Volunteers. Watson with 7 points on the night. And he now has 8 as he hits his first free throw. Tennessee's lead now 20, their biggest of the game.
C.J. Watson's having a nice sophomore year. Good point guard. He brings all of it to you. He looks to pass it first, but he's a double-figure scorer, and that's always a plus at your point position.
Boomer Herndon to the game for the Volunteers. C.J. Watson hits both free throws. He has 9. And Tennessee with a 21-point lead, still with 8.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Still trying to speed it up with a little full court pressure. Trying to trap that first pass across the half line.
Anthony Miller out front for the Bulldogs. Dante Terry's got the ball, working against Watson. Mombolin. Nice shot. Nice drive and shot by Max Mombolin.
I believe that's his first basket, and he was their leading scorer and rebounder last year. He's a guy who will be up for some postseason honors in the Southern Conference this year.
Tennessee with the ball. Jameer Hendricks working between the circles. Tennessee being very patient.
It's a good sign. They're using some motion on that half-court offense to get everybody involved. They're going to call that one on Studer. Put a shoulder to him.
McFadden guilty of the personal foul, his second. And with that, at 7:43 to go in the first half, we'll take another timeout. 31-12. Tennessee's lead is 19 points here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Stay with us. We're back after this.
Basketball fans, rejoice because hoop is on. No other network has more live coverage of big-time college round ball every week of the season than CSS, with baseline to baseline coverage of nearly 200 men's and women's games. The madness doesn't have to wait till March. Live college basketball every week, all season. CSS is the home of college hoops. CSS, your source for Southeast sports. Available only on cable.
It's boxing's biggest night ever. Then sing it's a blockbuster. That New York is one of the hottest fighters. That Hopkins is nearly impossible to beat. That Rothman has dangerous one-punch power. It's 5 world title fights all in one night. Mayorga versus Spinks, Hopkins versus Joppi, Rothman versus Ruiz, plus Sam Judah and Alex Garcia. Saturday, December 13th, live on Events In Demand pay-per-view.
Catch the undisputed champions live December 13th on Comcast.
It's gonna be a monster.
Well, Georgia will be playing host to South Alabama tomorrow night. That's exactly 1 year after defeating the Jaguars, and then first-year head coach John Pelphrey by a score of 94-82 catch a live rematch. Georgia and South Alabama tomorrow at 7 Eastern, only on CSS, your source for Southeast sports. This game has been all Tennessee after the first couple of minutes. The Volunteers trailed it early 2-0 since they took a 10-2 lead. Before the Citadel scored again, the Volunteers have not trailed and leading at 31-12 with 7:43 to go in the first half.
Tennessee's defended well. They've gone to the boards well. I think Buzz Peterson likes what he's seeing so far.
Tennessee for the season hitting about 45% tonight, hitting just over 63% from the floor. What a difference one game can make.
I'll say they saved up a few made baskets from Saturday. I think they didn't use them all up in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Andy Miller gets fouled by Jameer Hendricks. 16 fouls on the Volunteers, first on Jameer Hendricks. Citadel gets it back. They're down 19.
Tennessee staying in their man-to-man. They are pressing some and trapping some, but basically they're man-to-man.
Out front, the three-pointer misses. The rebound lost out of bounds. Andy Miller could not get it. Boomer Herndon blocked him out away from the basketball pretty well, didn't he?
Kind of a subtle technique. Boomer did an excellent job. He didn't go for the ball. He felt like the man might get by him, so he just shielded the guy and let the ball go out of bounds. Tennessee gets it.
Nice shot by Stanley Osunu, just floated along that left baseline.
And he floated way up, too. That was an eye-level release.
4 points for Osunu. Volunteers by 21. That equals their biggest lead of the game. Dante Terry out front. The long three-pointer is there for Anthony Miller.
Stanley fell down, so he had the open shot. He stepped up and took it.
33-15. Osunu left side, guarded by Dante Terry. Out front, Watson drains a three. Watson's having a big game. He's got 12.
He's feeling it on the offensive end. He's aggressively looking for a shot, and if it's open, he's going to take it tonight.
36-15 as the Volunteers equal their biggest lead of the game at 21 points.
Here you see Boomer Herndon. The ball goes up. Boomer gets his man. He sees the ball going out of bounds, and he just shields it from him. He wasn't going to get to the ball, so he kept his man. He knew it was Tennessee's ball on the out-of-bounds play. Smart play.
There's Boomer Herndon. Good look at him. The sophomore, 6'10".
From Nashville, Tennessee.
245 pounds, 3-point shots. Citadel's hit 2 out of 7. The Volunteers 4 of 6. Boy, wouldn't they love to have had a couple of those in that first half against Nebraska.
You know, 4 out of 6 is good. I know the Nebraska team was playing a defense that's a little bit different than what Citadel uses, but 67% from three-point land is good if you're just out there by yourself.
Tell you what, let's do. Let's just don't talk about Nebraska anymore.
That's all.
I mentioned it 2 or 3 times.
That game's over. We may catch them in the NCAA tournament later.
Out of bounds, it'll belong to the Tennessee Volunteers with 6:30 to go in the first half. 4 turnovers in the game for the Citadel Bulldogs. Watson almost had it stolen. Wide open is Albrecht. Swish.
That's an unselfish play by C.J. Watson. He could have taken that shot, but that point guard mentality said there's a man open and he's a shooter and I'm going to give it up. Great pass by C.J. Watson.
On the block to Mambalay. He's the 8th Tennessee player to score in the game. Mambalay's shot is short. Albrecht with a rebound.
Mambalay's having a tough night. Great feed.
A little bit high. Saved by Asumnu. Watson,
wow.
No look to Boomer Herndon, who's hammered from behind, and he'll get 2 shots.
CJ's feeling it tonight. That's a great look. No look pass to Boomer, and he gets fouled.
Boomer Herndon goes to the line for the Volunteers. Played at Donaldson Christian Academy.
C.J. Watson beats the defense, throws the pass right between 2 guys, and Boomer gets fouled. I tell you what, tonight, if you will just keep your hands out there, C.J. is going to reward you with a pass and an easy basket for you.
There are the numbers for Herndon. He misses the first shot. He'll get another. Tennessee with a 39-15 lead, a 24-point advantage, their biggest of the game. Herndon will get one more, trying to put him up by 25. 1 out of 2 for Boomer Herndon.
Well, the Citadel came into this game knowing it was going to be a tough challenge. A very young team on the road, a lot of visual intimidation. They're not used to arenas this size. I know they play some other Southeastern Conference schools, but they got to focus on the game.
Bulldogs with the basketball. Left side, Anthony Miller works against Asumnu. Kevin Hammock is back in the game. I guess Pat Dennis figures, what the heck, he's got 3 fouls.
Yeah, you got to play him. You got to get your best people out. You know, you're down 25. You got to get your people in the game. Good choice right there by C.J. Watson. Good decision. Back it out.
Watson's open. Missed the 3. Herndon with a follow. Boomer Herndon now with 3 points. And the Volunteers lead is 27 points.
Another offensive rebound. Another 2 points off of an offensive rebound.
Mambalay out front. Dante Terry on the blocks. Stolen away. Bad pass. Pass intended for Aaron Zai.
Aaron Zai is a member of the Chinese national team. He has Yao Ming as one of his teammates on that team.
Asumnu misses the shot, kept alive by Herndon, but lost out of bounds. And let's take a look at that putback by Boomer Herndon a moment ago.
That's a nice take. That's a nice takeaway right there. Boomer just reached in and grabbed the ball. Good decision there on CJ at the other end to bring it back out.
4:40 to go. Dane Bradshaw back in for Tennessee. C.J. Watson will get a breather. Citadel has turned it over their last 3 possessions.
Tennessee keeps the defensive pressure on them, as they should.
Outside, Mambalay's shot is short, rebounded by Bradshaw. Here come the Volunteers up by 27. Bradshaw spinning, dropping it off on the right side. Albrecht for 3, in and out.
Rim was a little unkind to Albrecht on that shot. It looked to me like it was going in all the way and it rimmed out.
Out front, Citadel works it around the perimeter.
You can see a little indecision on Everhart's part there. He's just a freshman. He gets out there outside. And this is just a young team that's still trying to work together and get some chemistry.
Pat Dennis tried to slam the basketball down right there. He calls there is a timeout with 3:48 to go. Pat's not a very happy man right now. He's trailing by 27 points in Knoxville, Tennessee, to the Tennessee Volunteers. So we'll take a timeout with them. 3:48 to go. The Volunteers lead it by 27 points. We'll be back.
Holiday greetings from Budweiser. Family to yours, we wish you a very safe and happy holiday season.
No matter how you describe Ford Mustang, one constant remains. Power. A ton of power. Now it's easy to know firsthand what it means to drive the original muscle car, Ford Mustang. In honor of Ford's 100th anniversary, lease an 04 Mustang for only $5 a day. That's only $150 a month on the 2004 Ford Mustang. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Hey, ball fans, want the biggest hit of this holiday season? Okay, the second biggest hit. Put the latest release from the Ball Network Home Video Series under your Christmas tree. The Comeback Kids is the must-have gift for all ball fans. This story of the 2003 Tennessee football season includes the thrilling road victories against Florida, Alabama, and Miami with exclusive, never-before-seen locker room footage. Make your ball fans' Christmas complete. Pick up the Comeback Kids, only on DVD.
Tennessee by 27 still with 3:48 to go in the first half. How much better is Tennessee shooting than they normally shoot on the year? Well, look at the numbers. 3-point field goals. Volunteers hitting tonight 55.4% compared to their season average of just over 31%.
They've had great ball movement, and that's allowed them to have some shooters unguarded as they post up on that perimeter.
C.J. Watson's at 2 out of 3 threes, and Scooter McFadden's at 2 for 2.
Citadel in a zone defense now. Giving a little change up down here. Bain's in some trouble. Got off balance and had to make a bad pass there. He was about to fall out of bounds.
10 turnovers for Tennessee in the first half. 5 of them came in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, they've settled down and handled the ball much better after that little bit of a rocky start.
Montbellet is open again, and Max Montbellet knocks down the 12-footer.
Got the shoulders nice and square that time. He's been shooting a little short tonight. It's kind of like he's pulling it off of it. He got squared up and made a nice release.
4 points for Montbellet. 3 minutes to go in the first half. Tennessee by 25. Bradshaw is wide open. Missed the shot. Montbellet with a rebound.
Brandon Fallon fighting to run another offensive rebound in there and kept from the foul.
Montbellet missed the dunk. Asumnu with a rebound. Nice try by Montbellet, but he
beautiful pass. Beautiful pass.
Major Wingate on the other end converts the shot that Montbellet missed.
That's exactly right. Asumnu with a great look inside there. That's very unselfish. Good teamwork.
Wingate with 4 points for the Volunteers.
Well, they want him to be more offensive. He'll take all of those shots he can get. I'll guarantee you he won't turn those down.
Montbellet out away from the basket. Kevin Hammaker's playing with 3 fouls. Nice move. Blocked. Beautifully done by Wingate. Quickly up to Asumnu. Nice layup. Won't go. Tipped up and in by Asumnu, who's got 6.
That's a quick jumper. Quick jumper. Down and back up and tipped it in. Sorry.
Volunteers up by 29. Everhart on the right side. Montbellet out front. Bradshaw almost got the steal. Taken back by Hammock. And Asumnu took it out of his pocket.
Here we go. Going up.
Asunu hit the floor hard. So did Kevin Hammock, who picks up his 4th foul. But he was not going to let Asunu show off a bit.
I'll tell you, that was going to be something special. He gets about 42 off the ground, 42 inches, and he had it in his sights. Good hustle down on this end of the floor by Dane Bradshaw to knock that ball loose. Gets on the floor, it gets up, and then Stanley Asunu gets in the passing lane. He's wide open. Has to be caught from behind. That's Hammock's 4th, isn't it?
That's it. 3 substitutions will check in for the Bulldogs at the next opportunity, and C.J. Watson comes in for Tennessee. Hammock with his 4th personal foul. He went to the bench after he quickly got his 2nd. Went to the bench after his 3rd. He'll probably stay there until the second half with 4.
Stanley Asunu was here about 5:30 today, practicing his foul shooting and working on his shooting technique. That's the one thing that's missing. If he gets that outside shot going, he's going to be a valuable player for Tennessee.
8 points for Asunu. Tennessee's biggest lead now 31 with just over a minute to go in the first half.
Tennessee looks like they're dropping back in a little zone defense now just to give a different look to the Citadel offense on their half of the floor. They're in a little man-to-man, just kind of a matchup.
Eric Wilson down to 7 on the shot clock. He launches a 25-footer that's off to the side. Wingate with a rebound.
I don't think that's the shot that Coach Pat Dennis is looking for.
Nope. Albrecht knocks down a huge 3. Tennessee 5 for Albrecht, 51-17.
Tennessee's shooting the ball well. The Citadel is going to have to come out and guard them on the perimeter. I think they'll have to make some adjustments and come out and play them a little closer on the outside after the first half.
Right side, Everhart all the way in, no good, but a foul. Fouls on Everhart.
He just got caught a little too far, and the defensive baseline post player was standing there, had it all the way, took the charge.
2nd foul on Everhart.
Tennessee will play for 1. There's only 5 or 6 seconds left here.
Watson double team, drops it off. Wingate.
But if it goes,
didn't get it. Nevertheless, Tennessee watches the Citadel shoot 24% in the first half against them. And the Volunteers with a 34-point lead over the Bulldogs here at halftime, 51-17. Stay with us. We'll be back to recap the first half for you and have more halftime activities from Thompson Bowling Arena after this.
Real man of genius.
Today we salute you, Mr. Way Too Much Cologne wearer. Like a bullhorn, your cologne announces your arrival 4 blocks before you get there.
Here he comes now.
Here a splish, there a splash. You don't stop till every square inch of manhood is covered.
Everywhere a splish splash.
So crack open an ice cold Bud Light, Mr. Way Too Much Cologne wearer.
Way too much cologne wearer.
Did you ever notice you can tell what's going on in the game from just the sounds? That's a first down. That's an incomplete pass. Well, that, my friend, is a touchdown. And that is somebody not recycling their plastic cup or bottle into the red and white recycling bins provided by our friends at Eastman, Knoxville Coca-Cola, Waste Connections, and Kroger. Because good sports always recycle, right?
A leader's #1 role is responsibility, and no commitment should be greater than to the long-term financial security for your home team. A solid financial plan helps you monitor the growth and conservation of your assets, and this ultimately protects your most precious ones. Life is not always easy, but the seasoned experts at First Tennessee sure simplify the process. First Tennessee, all things financial.
University of Tennessee basketball brought to you by First Tennessee Bank, the official bank of the Vols, by State Farm Insurance and your Tennessee State Farm agents. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Eastman Chemical Company, reminding you that good sports always recycle. By the Ford dealers throughout the greater Knoxville and Chattanooga areas, where you'll find quality people, quality products. And by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time.
Not a lot of suspense in this one. Tennessee with a 34-point lead at halftime, and Bill Justice, the Volunteers played super basketball in that first half.
Yes, they did. They played great defense, and their shooting is excellent. They're making their shots on the perimeter. Passing is really good. Offensive rebounds are really good. Tennessee's a better basketball team than the Citadel. They're a more talented team, and they are expected to win this game, but they're coming out and doing exactly what they would expect to do and what Buzz Peterson expects of them.
The Volunteers also have a stretched out offensive game plan. They have 8, maybe 9 players that scored in the first half. I'll have to check it, but that's a lot of people shooting the basketball.
Well, they've got that substantial lead, and they're going to continue to play a lot of people tonight, and they're spreading the wealth, and C.J. Watson has given it to everybody. Dane Bradshaw's made good passes. The inside guys are passing well, so when you're moving the ball and you're staying one step ahead of the defense, everybody on the team's going to get their shots.
Tennessee leading it by 34. We're here at halftime at Thompson Bowling Arena. Coming up later at halftime, we'll be chatting with Tennessee Athletic Director Mike Hamilton about football. We'll have that more for you coming up in just a moment. Stay with us. We'll be back to Thompson Bowling Arena right after this.
Smokers, now you can kick the habit in only 7 days guaranteed with Smoke Away, the natural doctor-recommended stop smoking system that really works.
I quit smoking in 2 days with Smoke Away. It took me 3 days to quit smoking.
I quit smoking the very first day.
The secret is Smoke Away's unique blend of ingredients that helps to almost completely eliminate your craving for nicotine. Imagine, no more Nic Fits.
It's safe. It's highly effective. I've had tremendous success with my patients using the Smoke Away program.
I was on the patch for 5 months with absolutely no results. I did Smoke Away for 3 days, and I've been smoke-free ever since.
I smoked for 40 years, and I quit in 3 days with Smoke Away. And if I can do it, after trying every other method there is, I know Smoke Away will work for anyone.
Smoke Away is the best product on the market today for quitting smoking.
Call right now and get $50 in free bonus gifts. This is a limited time offer. Call right now.
When I needed cash, I didn't want to have to sell my car. So I took my car title to Title Max.
Call 1-888-TITLE-MAX.
When the bank said no, I took my car title to Title Max. Title Max required no credit check.
Call 1-888-TITLE-MAX.
Title Max rescued my car title and saved me over 50% from what I was paying.
I got my title back with Title Max.
Title Max.
Get the title back with Title Max.
During cancer treatment, Elizabeth could only watch from the sidelines. Today, her cancer is in remission, and she's ready to play.
Elizabeth is one of millions of children with hope because of Children's Miracle Network. We are the alliance of premier children's hospitals dedicated to serving all children. Your support can make miracles happen.
Well, Buzz Peterson's a lot happier this week at halftime than he was the last time Tennessee played. They were down by 17 at one time against Nebraska in the first half. They're leading it by 34 over the Bulldogs here at halftime at Thompson Bowling Arena. Joining us here courtside is Mike Hamilton, the athletic director at Tennessee, who's been on the job 6 months officially. And have there been any big surprises for you? Is it pretty much what you thought?
Well, it's not brain surgery, Randy, but certainly there have been decisions along the way, and I've enjoyed the 6 months. It helps to have been here for almost 12 years and sort of know the lay of the land. But getting acclimated, and the staff has been very responsive. Fans have been fantastic, and it's a new adventure every day.
Well, let's talk a little football. Tennessee's going to the Peach Bowl. They're 10-2. Everybody was disappointed. The fact that Michigan the Outback Bowl took Florida ahead of Tennessee, a team we beat. I say we, collectively here. But Tennessee got over it really quickly, didn't they? They're ready to go to the Peach Bowl.
Well, obviously disappointment in the way the process played out, but once the decision's made, you have to move on. And I think our team certainly moved on, and our fans have moved on. You know, the response from a ticket perspective, was nothing short of phenomenal. To sell over 23,000 tickets in 4 days, really without it opening it to the general public after Tuesday morning because our fans were responding. So we're extremely pleased with that fan response. Now we've got to go back and refund some tickets, but we know we're going to have a lot of Tennessee fans in the Dome as a result of what happened last week.
When we look at the BCS situation here with that, I'm not going to say snub, even though Tennessee fans are saying the Outback Bowl snubbed Tennessee, that Oklahoma is playing after they lost 35-7 in their conference championship game. There's still a lot of flaws that need to be worked out for this BCS system, isn't it?
There are, and we had SEC AD meetings yesterday. We talked a lot about that. The renegotiations for the BCS are next fall, and looking at a lot of different options. You know, do you keep what you have now? Do you modify it with an extra game on the back end for a championship? Do you modify it with a game on the front end for a play-in? Are there still 6 automatics, or does it change to 5? A lot of different permutations of that, but I think that this season in particular gives reason to take a hard look and make sure you're doing the right things. We could very easily have 2 national champions this year, a BCS national champion and a voting poll national champion.
Now, can you foresee in the near future a playoff?
Well, I don't know that the presidents will allow that, frankly, just because of the additional missed time and so forth. I do think that there's a possibility of an additional game at the end where you have the top 4 teams and some seeding that play each other, and then the winners of those 2 games play another game. That's probably been the most talked about thing at this stage. In essence, you have somewhat of a playoff system because the leagues are going to 12 teams and having divisional play and conference championships. So that's created somewhat of a quasi-playoff in and of itself.
All right, Mike, thanks for being with us. Good luck to you at the Peach Bowl, and you're doing a great job, partner.
Thanks, Randy.
Thank you.
Have
all right. Mike Hamilton, athletic director at Tennessee, our guest at halftime. The Volunteers up comfortably at halftime, leading the Citadel 51-17. And we'll be back with more in just a moment.
If you have debt and are tired of getting calls and letters from bill collectors, we can help. Debt Free is one of the nation's largest nonprofit debt consolidation services.
Tim and I kind of got ourselves into a little bit of debt. We've been wanting to retire by the time we were 50.
We woke up one morning and we realized that early retirement was just not an option and that we needed some serious professional help.
By calling Debt Free, you can be on your way to financial freedom in as little as 15 minutes because we have relationships with over 50,000 creditors. We will work with these creditors to lower or even eliminate your interest rates and consolidate your debt into one low, comfortable monthly payment.
We used to pay a couple $1,000s a month in bills.
And that was due to the high interest rates, and now we're saving $400 to $700 a month, and that's thanks to Debt Free.
Gather your most recent bills and credit card statements and call the number on your screen. And leave the rest to us. It's just that simple. Debt Free is more than just our name. It's our commitment to you.
Enjoy your new Durango.
Look, it's got a DVD. And see how smooth the ride is for you and Fluffy?
Liz, what are you doing to him?
I'm just showing little Joey the new Durango.
Son, there's only one thing you need to know. Hemi. Can you say Hemi?
Hemi.
That's my boy.
The all-new Dodge Durango. Big size, smooth ride. Hemi power. Starting under $26,600.
Why rent? This season, own a Barry Tux for $79. Plus, Barry Better Menswear has great holiday ideas, like leather jackets, $79, and Italian merino wool sweaters, $29. Own a Barry Tux at the lowest price, guaranteed. Now, just $79.
That's definitely not a rental.
For a Barry Better Menswear location near you, call 1-888-9-BARRYS.
Tennessee with a 34-point lead over the Citadel Bulldogs here at halftime. Randy Smith, Bill Justice courtside with you here at Thompson Bowling Arena in Knoxville. As we look at the first half statistics, they are dominated by Orange. The Volunteers 19 of 31, Citadel 7 of 30. Tennessee 6 out of 11 behind the arc. Citadel 2 of 10. Free throws of all 7 of 8. Citadel 1 out of 2. Tennessee with a huge lead in rebounding, 29-7. Bench scoring 17-0. Points in the paint, 24-2. A dominant Tennessee performance.
Tennessee leading in every category, and it would be hard with that kind of lead to find one that the Citadel could be leading in.
First half highlights coming up.
Scooter on this leaner, puts it on his hip and banks it off the glass and in. Great athletic play by a great scorer. On the other end, the outside jumper that goes in, I think that's Mambalay with that beautiful square up that he got. The one time he got a good look, good no-look pass from CJ to Asumnu, puts it off the backboard and scores it. This is that drive where Brandon Crumpcroft comes across and makes a beautiful block on the baseline. Dane Bradshaw then brings it down. That's the missed dunk shot that is going to go back the other way. Stanley's going to make the pass, I think, in here to Major White. Beautiful dunk. That's a 100%er right there. Buzz loves to see that.
Tennessee with a 34-point lead at the half. Two Volunteers in double figures. C.J. Watson with a dozen. Scooter McFadden with 10. And Stanley Asumnu has 8 points off the bench for the Volunteers. Stay with us. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment.
If you have debt and are tired of getting calls and letters from bill collectors, we can help. Debt Free is one of the nation's largest nonprofit debt consolidation services.
Tim and I kind of got ourselves into a little bit of debt. We've been wanting to retire by the time we were 50.
We woke up one morning and we realized that early retirement was just not an option and that we needed some serious professional help.
By calling Debt Free, you can be on your way to financial freedom in as little as 15 minutes because we have relationships with over 50,000 creditors. We will work with these creditors to lower or even eliminate your interest rates and consolidate your debt into one low, comfortable monthly payment.
We used to pay a couple $1,000s a month in bills.
And that was due to the high interest rates, and now we're saving $400 to $700 a month, and that's thanks to Debt Free.
Gather your most recent bills and credit card statements and call the number on your screen. And leave the rest to us. It's just that simple. Debt Free is more than just our name. It's our commitment to you.
Hey, Stone Cold, what are you doing up so late?
Hey, Dan. No, just studying. I'm trading pretty fast, so.
I know just the thing.
Thanks, Dan. That really helps. Don't work too hard.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. The thrill of Toyotathon is back. See your local Toyota dealer today or visit buyatoyota.com.
Cocaine addiction is a serious illness that ruins lives. If your next line or hit is more important than family and friends, more important than paying bills, you may be eligible for an outpatient research study at MUSC. The study's confidential and includes lab tests, physical exams, individual counseling, medical supervision, and investigational medication at no cost. Compensation is available. You know you need help. Call MUSC at 792-2727 and ask for Kenna or Sarah. Remember, the number is 792-2727.
Welcome back. We are at halftime. We're just a few seconds away from the start of the second half. The Volunteers with a 51-17 lead over the Citadel Bulldogs. And they spotted the Bulldogs a 2-0 lead. In fact, Tennessee went almost 2 minutes without scoring, but once they started, Bill Justice, they really turned it on.
Well, they've been running downstream all night after they got that slow start out of their way. They've had their way. They've had the pace that they want. The Citadel's just got to be patient on offense and try to get good shots. And on defense, they've simply got to find the shooters. They know who they are. They got to find the shooters and get to them. They've just been almost uncontested.
Here are your leading scorers. C.J. Watson with 12, Scooter McFadden with 10, Stanley Asumnu off the bench with 8 points, and Albrecht, who got the start, Justin Albrecht, has 6 points. The Volunteers played 9 people in the first half. All 9 scored.
Great balance.
Scores for the Citadel as we look at the list of point getters for the Bulldogs. Anthony Miller leads with 7. Max Mambalay with 4. Kevin Hammock with 4, and he also has 4 fouls.
And Dante Terry noticeably absent there. He's been their leading scorer this year, 14 plus, and he's not on there. That means he's got 3 or less.
There's Brandon Crump and the Volunteers. We're set to go with the second half. The Vols with a comfortable 34-point lead.
Citadel possession error in their favor. They start the second half with the ball.
Citadel with the basketball. Dante Terry works against Scooter McFadden. Tennessee really aggressive defensively. Aaron Zaya off the glass, no good, into the hands of Jermaine Henry.
Good box out there on that end. Good pass in to Brandon. Couldn't convert it. Tennessee, no, it's going to be off a ball somewhere.
Tennessee knocked it out of the hands of Matt Davis. John Winchester did not play in the first half for Tennessee. He will play this half. He was suspended for the first half after being late to a team meeting.
Okay, we wondered why he was not in there. We're hoping that that was not an injury. And he's got to get back on track. Buzz has got a discipline code that he goes by, and he enforces it.
And there's a shoving foul. It'll be against Tennessee, Jameer Hendricks. And he shoved Aaron Zai.
It's a little sloppy to start the second half, and that is not unusual in a game that has this kind of disparity in the score. Sometimes the guys come out and they'll get it going.
There's a shot of John Winchester. Very friendly young man. Talked to me a little bit before the game.
He was a great high school player. He's a highly recruited top 50 prepster coming out of high school.
Scooter McFadden, right side. Albrecht down the block. Hendricks muscles it up, no good. He was fouled. He'll get 2 shots.
That's a good power move there. He did a good job just to get the ball up over the rim there. Drew the foul, even though he didn't make it.
Aaron Zai gets the foul, his first, as we look at it.
Here we see the feed in here, and he's got a man collapsing on the end. Zai gets a hand on him and gets him from the back. I tell you, even if you block that shot, if you reach over on a rebound or a shot, that's almost 100% going to be called a foul.
Hendricks makes the first free throw. 3 points, 6 boards for Jameer Hendricks in the game thus far for Tennessee.
Good, steady performer. Does that yeoman's blue-collar work for Tennessee every night.
6'8" sophomore from Covington, Georgia, gives the Volunteers the 53-17 lead. Their 36-point lead, the biggest of the game.
Tennessee in a little trap here, hoping to get a quick turnover. Now they'll fall back in and use their half-court defense.
Aaron Zai misses the shot into the hands of Jameer Hendricks. 7 rebounds now for Hendricks. Down the middle of the lane, Watson, nice carry-up shot. 14 for Watson as the Volunteers now lead by 38.
Great penetration by C.J. Watson there, and you noticed he laid it way up high on the backboard. He did that to get it over the outstretched hand of the defense. Made him alter his shot, and he still made it.
Anthony Miller had it knocked away, saves it. Mombolay down the middle of the lane, running one-hander, no good, no call. Tennessee with a 3-on-3 break. Watson.
Great feed, great feed.
Oh my goodness. Brandon Crump with a stuff.
Well, Anthony Miller stopped the ball just like he is supposed to, but there was just no defense behind him, and Crump was wide open. Great feed by C.J. Watson.
Tennessee's lead is 40. Down the middle of the lane, up and in. Nicely done by Anthony Miller, who has 9 points now. He's the leading scorer for the Citadel Bulldogs.
Gives you an indication that their offense is not clicking tonight when their point guard's a leading scorer.
Their first score since 3:15 to go in the first half. And on this run with 5:15 gone, Tennessee's up 15-2.
Zone defense for Citadel now. They're trying to find anything to stop him on this defensive end. That's one way to stop him.
Yep.
Put him on his back.
But you can only stop him 5 times before somebody else can stop him.
Then it's somebody else's turn because you get to go sit next to Coach Dennis.
Tonight, that's not going to be a pleasant place to sit, I guarantee you.
What you do is you move way down the bench. Randy, you don't sit near the coach.
Max Mombolay with his 3rd foul. He's still in the game. A jump ball. Possession arrow is pointing to Tennessee.
Good job on the defense of putting the hands straight up. Young players watch that as defensive players put their hands straight up. Usually you will not get called for the foul if you block the shot, if you don't lean in.
Mombolay comes out. He will sit, and he will sit about 4 seats down from Pat Dennis.
That's a great inbound feed to Justin Albright. Shouldn't happen on an out-of-bounds shot under the basket, but he was wide open.
Tennessee by 40 again. Citadel with a basketball. This is Anthony Miller working against C.J. Watson out front. Matt Davis.
That is a
NBA three. That was a long
range.
Came in and out on him. Crump with the rebound. 2 for 13 for the Bulldogs behind the arc.
That shot was almost to Gibbs Hall. Not quite.
Jamel Everhart with the rebound. Aaron Zai foul by Watson. First foul for C.J. on the ball game. And Going to the line will be Aaron Zai, 6'8" freshman from Friendswood, Texas.
As we mentioned before, a member of the Chinese national team. Get some international experience, just as C.J. Watson did this summer with the U.S. Junior World Championship team.
Stanley Asunu back into the game. Justin Albrecht will sit down for the Volunteers as they lead it by 40. And Aaron Zai with another chance to cut it to 39.
Citadel has nobody under there. That's a little unusual formation for this early. They must be going to go into a full court press defense, and they're setting it early. Looks like that's the case. Looks like a trap. Comes across half court. There it is.
Sunu drops it off to Watson. 16:35 to go in the ball game. Watson right side to Asunu. Citadel being very aggressive defensively, but Scooter McFadden pops outside. It's a three-pointer. McFadden with 13, his third three of the game. And the Volunteers lead by 42. Tennessee 6 of 12 behind the arc. Three-pointer misses by Dante Terry. McFadden could not handle the pass the other length of the length of the floor.
CJ threw a pretty good fade there, but the end zone was a little bit too close to Scooter McFadden, and he went out of bounds. Here we'll see the work out of the double team in the corner. That's got to leave somebody open. CJ finds Scooter McFadden at the top. He squares up, knocks down the three-pointer. That's good ball movement.
11 turnovers in the game, but their first since the 7-minute mark of the first half.
And they were going for something big there. There it is again. Downstream to Scooter from Brandon Crump this time. Sends it home.
Scooter McFadden now with 15 points for the Volunteers. Off the glass, blocked by Crump. Asunu all the way in.
All right, it's time to have some fun. The Vols are getting it loosed up. Brandon Crump hadn't had a lot of points tonight, but he's played an outstanding game. There's another great play. Another great play.
3 block shots for the game for Brandon Crump as we take another look at the dunk by Scooter McFadden. 14 block shots on the year for Brandon Crump. There's number 14.
And that sets in motion another wide open fast break layup. Stanley Asunu, I thought he was going to do something extraordinary there, but he just kind of lays it in.
Timeout, 15:22 to go in the first half. Tennessee's lead is 46 points. We'll be back.
You live it.
You breathe it.
You bleed it.
It's Big Orange Banking, and it's only from First Tennessee. Big Orange Banking includes a series of checks spotlighting the Vols and Lady Vols, plus your very own discount card. Good for 10% off Tennessee Traditions merchandise all the time. You could even win signed UT memorabilia.
Remember, it's only from First Tennessee.
The official bank of the Vols.
And Lady Vols.
First Tennessee, all things financial.
When you care about your car, you want to keep it protected. No one understands that like your State Farm agent.
We live where you live.
That's why more people insure their cars with State Farm than anyone else, because we care about you the way you care about your car.
No matter how you describe Ford Mustang, one constant remains. Power. A ton of power. Now it's easy to know firsthand what it means to drive the original muscle car, Ford Mustang. In honor of Ford's 100th anniversary, lease an 04 Mustang for only $5 a day. That's only $150 a month on the 2004 Ford Mustang. Only at your local Ford dealer.
A thumb injury ended his season prematurely, but UAB quarterback Darrell Hackney returns to the Blazers in 2004 as one of the Conference USA top signal callers. Darrell Hackney joins Matt Stewart live on Sports Unlimited tomorrow at 6 Eastern. Catch Sports Unlimited tomorrow and every weeknight only on CSS, your source for Southeastern sports. Tennessee by 46 points, still with 15 minutes to go, and the ball game.
Tennessee in a little zone now. They're just going to work on some things now. It's a good time to use this as kind of scrimmage minutes.
Citadel with the basketball. The jump pass on the other side goes to Eric Wilson. Kevin Hammock back in the game with 4 fouls. Tennessee takes it away. Asunu. There's a big pile up. Jump ball. It'll belong to the Bulldogs.
A little scrum here as several guys got their hands on that ball.
Scooter McFadden on the floor, tied up. Give it back to the Citadel.
Dane Bradshaw's now calling the defensive sets for Tennessee now, and probably going to be back in a man-to-man.
Kevin Hammock with 4 fouls in the game, hands it off to Everhart. Everhart down the middle of the lane. Inside. Too many tall players around him. Knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to the Bulldogs.
Crump and Hendricks had him completely boxed in. If he'd have gone up with it, Brandon was waiting to block it.
Hammock will inbound for the Bulldogs. 14:37 to go in the game. The deep pass comes out front to Pat Quinn, one of 7 freshmen on the squad for the Bulldogs. The three-pointer by Eric Wilson is there.
Backup point guard, one of their better defenders. Small in stature, but he's an excellent defensive player.
Bradshaw's pass went one way. Hendricks went the other.
Coach Ray Mears on the screen there, my college basketball coach at Tennessee, an offensive genius, one of the greatest college coaches ever. 15 years here, 278 wins in his career at the University of Tennessee.
The guy who orchestrated Big Orange Country.
Big Orange Country, orange and white basketball, guys on unicycles. It was Barnum and Bailey.
6 points for Eric Wilson. He scored them in the last 30 seconds. 2 threes. McFadden spinning, missing. Followed up, no good, but a foul. And Jameer Hendricks goes to the free throw line with 2 shots for Tennessee. The Volunteers' lead is 40.
They continue that hard work on the offensive glass. You'll see it here. 2 guys jumping up. Hendricks gets it. And again, fouled from the rear, reaching over.
Hendricks with 2 points and 8 rebounds tonight. Not a lot of offense, but he's been a monster on the boards and defensively inside for Tennessee in the game. He misses the first free throw.
Hendricks will tell you that he would rather have 20 rebounds than 20 points.
And there's John Winchester, who is seeing his first action for the Volunteers. He comes in the game after being suspended for the first half after not missing a team meeting, but being late for one. If he missed it, he wouldn't play till January.
That could be the case. Again, Buzz has got his rules, and the players have to stay to them. That's the way it should be.
1 out of 2 free throws for Jameer Hendricks. Tennessee by 41. Eric Wilson has the hot hand for the Citadel. He's hit a couple of threes in the last minute or so. There's another one. Missed it. Hendricks with his 9th rebound.
Ball fake got C.J. Watson in the air, but he could not convert the shot.
Bradshaw looking for help, looking for Crump. Finds him on the block. Crump spins, shoots, no good. Hendricks kept it alive, but Wilson comes out of there. Citadel with the numbers. Wilson missed it. Winchester. Tennessee 4 on 2.
Great feed.
Crump had it knocked out of his hands, and a foul against Pat Quinn of the Bulldogs.
C.J. Watson's putting on quite a show tonight with his ball handling. He take it to the right elbow there and then kind of shuffled it across his waist to Crump as he came down the middle, and he's rewarded. He'll get to shoot 2 foul shots.
This is a young Tennessee basketball team, but that's good for next year because this is going to be a very, very good basketball team next season.
Buzz Peterson's got a couple of excellent post people coming in. He has said all along he likes this team, that he thinks they're the type team that's going to get better and better. Brandon Crump is the only player on the team who has started in a game for more than 1 season, and they don't have any seniors on the whole squad.
A lot of sophomores playing for the Volunteers. Crump hits both free throws.
But he's made a great turnaround at the foul line. I mean, the guy's hitting probably 80+% in the last 2 games, and that's good. That was one of his soft spots, and he's going to get fouled a lot. That's key for him to hit those.
2 free throws for Crump. He comes out, and Major Wingate back in for the Volunteers with 13 minutes to go in the ball game.
Tennessee still working hard on defense. Tennessee is still trying to force the pressure, force the ball handler to go the direction they want him to go.
Nice ball movement. The jumper out of the corner by Everhart is there.
Again, downstream of the defense.
Winchester had it blocked by Everhart.
That's some of that athleticism that Everhart brings. I told you earlier that Coach Dennis feels like he's the best athlete they've recruited since he's been there. That's a great block.
6'6" freshman from Tyler, Texas. Deep pass into Watson. Right side, Bradshaw looks for help. Watson works it to Winchester in the right, back to Bradshaw in the corner. Tennessee being very patient against the zone. Hendricks. Open is Bradshaw for three, missed the shot.
Tennessee did an excellent job there working the ball around, Randy. They did show good patience, and they rewarded a good shot. It just didn't go in.
Tennessee with a 41-point lead. The Citadel with the basketball. Eric Wilson in the corner. Here's Everhart. Tried to dunk it, missed it. Second missed dunk of the game for the Citadel Bulldogs, and the foul from behind by Pat Quinn. His second.
This is a case where probably Pat Dennis will tell Everhart, just make the basket. He might have been able to lay that ball up over Major Wingate high on the glass and gotten it to kiss and come in. Instead, he had to go for something a little more spectacular, and he didn't make the shot.
Watson on the right for Tennessee, looking for Hendricks, and a holding foul against Eric Wilson. First foul of the game on Wilson. 16 fouls on the Citadel with under 12 minutes to go in the half. And with that, it's a timeout. 11:51 to be played in the ball game. Tennessee comfortably in front over the Citadel Bulldogs. Your score is 69-28. We'll be back to Thompson Bowling Arena right after this.
Preparation is a big component of success for our men's basketball team. Preparing, I think, is really half the battle. So that's why it's very important for our financial planning that we really prepare for the future. When I think about financial planning, the number one thing I think about are my three kids. I want to make sure that the kids are taken care of with their college education and thereafter. I have the utmost confidence in First Tennessee that they're taking care of those things for the Peterson family.
Alcoholism is a disease. If you've tried to stop drinking but have experienced withdrawal symptoms such as nausea, shaking hands, anxiety, or sensitivity to light or sound, you may be eligible to participate in a free outpatient medication research study at the Medical University of South Carolina. Call MUSC today at 792-2727 and ask for Kenna or Sarah.
We had a little get-together, so we called our old insurance company.
We told them we needed 2 tow trucks and 2 rental cars.
I know we only had policy.
You get what you pay for.
That's when we switched to Nationwide. We can work over the phone, over the net, or with an agent who really understands.
She understands it was your fault.
Nationwide is on your side.
And you're also called Jim Beasley. Savannah Highway, Chuck Kristen. In Goose Creek, call Mike Baxter.
Well, as we all know, Florida breeds football talent. Scores of current college players compete in the Sunshine State every year. Don't miss live coverage of the Florida Shrine Bowl, the state's big high school football all-star game. It'll be Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time right here on CSS. Tennessee in the first half hit 19 of 31. They're 6 out of 12. They've cooled off a bit to 50%. Citadel is heated up just a little bit, 4 out of 16, about a half a point.
Yeah, they're really 25% both halves. Coach Buzz Peterson will take 50% on the year, I'll guarantee you that.
There's a lob to Bradshaw, and Winchester finishes it at the other end.
Comes sneaking through the baseline with a couple of guys in between him and the passer, and Dane still saw it. That's why the guys love Dane Bradshaw. He brings everybody into play. He's a fine freshman player.
Out of the corner, Wilson knocks down his third three of the half. He has 9.
Getting some bonus points out of a point guard who's better known for his quick defense. Good pass.
Wingate misses it. Saved by Winchester. Hendricks. Yes.
CJ made the great pass, and again, that's one of those times where maybe the dunk is not the shot. Maybe you do a pump fake, get the guy in the air, and lay it up off the glass.
Can you ever remember a game where you saw 3 missed dunks, 2 by the Citadel, 1 for Tennessee?
Yeah, there's been 1 or 2 that have been contested, but no, there have been some missed ones tonight. Maybe they're not getting up quite as high as they need to.
Tennessee back in the zone. Everhart brings it back out front, hands it off to Anthony Miller, and a steal. Winchester took it away and had it stolen right back. Eric Wilson. Again knocked away by Winchester, and it'll be Citadel's ball.
Here's the pass Dane Bradshaw makes. Watch how he throws over the defense. Winchester in behind. There's some of that athleticism that John Winchester has. If he can just discipline himself, and that meeting thing today was just an example, and become a better outside shooter, he could be a real contributor to this team.
Wilson. This is Everhart. Misses the 3. Kept alive. Nicely done. However, he traveled. Traveling will be on Matt Gochner from James Island, South Carolina, not far from where the Citadel campus is located in Charleston.
Charleston, South Carolina. Beautiful city in the South.
Oh, it's one of my favorite cities of all time.
Great tradition and great history at the Citadel as well.
Turnovers 13 to 11, not a huge advantage, but the Volunteers have taken advantage of more of them. Soon. Watson for 3, short.
Somebody's got to get back on defense. Nobody to protect.
There's a jam that doesn't miss. Anthony Miller at 6 feet got out. Stuffed one home. 11 points for Miller, the freshman.
Well, he has a reputation as being very athletic, good, quick, explosive jumper. He just showed it right there.
Asumnu and a steal. Eric Wilson took it away.
Under most circumstances, Stanley Asumnu would probably not be the guy you would want handling it with C.J. Watson still in the game.
Wilson drops it off. Everhart, jumper, swish. Citadel's moving the ball and doing a better job offensively than they've done all night.
Tennessee may be relaxing just a little bit, but they shouldn't. Coach Buzz Peterson will remind them here that there's still 9 minutes left, I'm sure.
Boomer Herndon in the game for the Volunteers. Watson right side. Winchester jumper off, no good. Herndon flat-footed, gets the rebound, sticks it back up, and he's fouled by Gochner, and Herndon will draw 2 shots. Citadel, as we mentioned, has worked the ball better offensively. Here's a look at their last 2 baskets.
That's Anthony Miller on the breakaway dunk. Tennessee didn't get back, and now you got Eric Wilson making a kick-out pass to Everhart. He makes a nice shot from the corner there. Good range for the big freshman.
Herndon at the line for the Volunteers with 2 shots, and he uses every bit of the iron.
Nice.
Drops through.
Kind bounce to the big guy from Nashville, Tennessee.
Herndon will get 1 more.
Nicely done. That's a nice shot. Good rotation, good release.
5 points for Boomer Herndon. Tennessee by 40 again. 8:43 to go. Before the shot, a foul. It'll be against Gochner. Setting an illegal pick.
Still moving.
It's on Everhart.
Still moving on that pick. Everhart stepped out and kept John Winchester from trailing.
3 fouls on Everhart. Tennessee with the ball back, leading by 40. Winchester out front, jumper, short. Herndon with a rebound. Herndon follows it up and in. He's got 7.
Boomer's having a nice night. This might could be his best effort of his career. Got plenty of time left to keep going.
Asumnu cuts off Dante Terry. Anthony Miller. Gochner's going to fire up a three, and he knocks the bottom out. Gochner at 6'6", 210, a sophomore. Well, you got to like the enthusiasm the Citadel has. There's a dunk that's not going to be missed by Major Wingate.
Gochner went for the steal. He missed it. Left Major Wingate wide open on the baseline. He takes it in, gets the two-hand slam.
Tennessee by 41. In the corner it comes to Dante Terry. Citadel down by 41 points. Don't believe they're going to make it up. Gochner's got a long three. Backsided rebound comes off into the hands of Major Wingate. Nice trip up the floor by C.J. Watson.
C.J. had a 1-on-3 right then. Didn't pull it out. Went ahead and took his shot. And got it to go in. Really was no help there. He didn't have a pass. He had to take it.
Watson now with 16. He has one shy of his career high. Asumnu with a steal and the jam.
There's that quickness and athletic ability that Stanley Asumnu has. Bottle that and keep it consistent, and you've got yourself a basketball player.
12 points for Asumnu off the bench. 8 of them came in the first half for Tennessee. Volunteers by 45 now. Gochner with a wide open layup. 5 for Gochner.
Nice inside feed along the baseline to the horizontal bounce pass.
Watson, left side, looks for Asumnu. Asumnu down the middle, drops it to Wingate, and a blocking foul against the Bulldogs, and it will be on Everhart. That's 4 on Jamel Everhart. Too many Jamirs and Jamels in this game.
Well, the fouls are starting to pile up on the Citadel. They got a lot of players that are in that 3 and 4 foul range, but they don't have a lot of choice. They're still playing with some heart, and that's what they need to do.
4 fouls on Everhart. Mass substitutions coming in for the Citadel. Aaron Zai back in the game.
Tennessee will go all the way down on the bench tonight, and it's too bad. Pee Wee Gash, who's one of the most popular players on the Tennessee team, has a little thigh contusion, and he is not dressed out tonight. He's on the bench, but he will not get to play. This is a game where his great practices would certainly have been rewarded with some minutes. Too bad he doesn't get to play. There he is.
There's Pee Wee.
There's Pee Wee blowing a little bubble, resting on the bench. He's okay. He'll be back if his parents or friends are watching.
I'm sure his parents are happy to see him dressed up so well.
He looks fine over there.
Yeah. 6 minutes to go in the game. Pat Quinn with the basketball for the Bulldogs. This is Terry. Terry down low. It comes to Zai. Zai works against Herndon. The head fake. Herndon blocked the shot into the hands of Bradshaw.
Boomer's really having a good night tonight. I'm glad to see that. He needs to give them some good minutes as they head on into the season. There he is again.
Herndon with a follow. The second one won't go either, and Dante Terry comes out with the basketball with 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Tennessee's averaging 5.25 blocks per game. Tonight they have 6. And with that, we'll take a timeout. 5:29 to be played in the ballgame. Tennessee comfortably in front. The Volunteers with a 43-point lead over the Citadel.
Protecting your family is a 24/7 job. But is your life insurance doing its job? With a variety of life insurance options, we'll help you be absolutely sure you've got the right coverage and the protection you need.
We live where you live.
For life insurance, talk to your neighborhood State Farm agent.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Who can you trust to check out your transmission? You could hire your own personal pit crew.
Thanks, guys.
The next best thing? Take it to Cotman Transmission for a free TransCheck 21 Plus inspection,
including an electronic scan
and a road test.
and it's all for free.
Cotman Transmission, because nobody knows more about transmissions.
I'll walk.
We had a little get-together, so we called our old insurance company.
We told them we needed 2 tow trucks and 2 rental cars.
I know we only have one policy.
You get what you pay for.
That's when we switched to Nationwide. We can work over the phone, over the net, or with an agent who really understands.
She understands it was your fault.
Nationwide is on your side. And North Charleston called Tommy Daniels. Blanchett, John Morris. And Mount Pleasant called Beth Tibbetts.
Well, North American Championship Wrestling invades CSS Friday night at 10 Eastern. Catch 12 hard-hitting matches, including a battle between Drew Delight and Tommy Gunn for the North American Heavyweight Championship title. Catch NACW on Friday night at 10 Eastern only here on CSS. Boomer Herndon having quite a night, 7 points and a block shot.
Boomer's done a little bit of everything. Watch him go straight up here, gets a hand on the ball, leaned in just a little bit, lands in Tennessee's hands, and they go back the other way. He's rebounded, he's scored, he's played good defense, good position. Fine night for Boomer.
Pat Quinn, right side, works against the Sumnu. In the game now, Kelvin Fowler, another freshman at 6'6". There's Quinn's jumper, no good. Quinn got his own rebound, sticks it back up, yes. Tennessee doing a little standing around there.
Yeah, no block out on the shooter.
First 2 points for Quinn. There's Herndon, who has 9 points and can get into double figures if he converts the 3-point play.
Boomer's got a major size advantage on the squad that Citadel has in there right now. And you can see where the pass goes inside. He makes a nice pivot, has his left shoulder as kind of a defense against the defender, and nice little soft jump hook inside for the basket.
9 points, 3 boards for Boomer Herndon. Career high was 5 heading into the game. Has 10. He's doubled his career high.
Double figures.
Out front, the 3 by Pat Quinn, who scored 5 straight points here in a couple of seconds.
Citadel's had a couple guys come in who aren't known for scoring and have gotten some points out of. Good feed, great feed there by John Winchester, and a good roll from the high post to the low post by Hendricks.
Tennessee by 43 again. Down low it comes to Fowler. Fowler spinning, missing the shot. Herndon with a rebound. Herndon's a man out there tonight.
He may get a double-double if he keeps rebounding.
5 rebounds for him. Hendricks in trouble on the baseline. Gets it back to Winchester with 4:18 to go. Hendricks squares up. Nicely done by Jameer Hendricks.
That's 2 outside jump shots for Hendricks. Not known as a shooter even from the elbow, but pretty good looking shot.
9 points for Hendricks. Quinn knocked out of bounds by Bradshaw. Citadel gets it back with 4:01 to be played.
Dane was kind of beat there on that play, but he was able to recover and knock the ball out of bounds. So pretty good recovery.
Out front, wide open, Dante Terry misses the 3. The long rebound chased down and saved by Bradshaw. Here comes Tennessee.
Always looking down court when he's got the ball in his hands.
Herndon down the middle, had it stripped by Terry.
Driving to the basket's probably not Boomer Herndon's forte.
Terry follows his shot. 4 points for Terry. And the Tennessee lead now 90-47.
Tennessee back in the 90s, and until the last game they were averaging 90 a game.
Off the left hand, Hendricks almost had it stolen. Winchester, nice dish to Hendricks, who misses the dunk.
That's 5. We're going for the record in futility on missed dunks tonight, Randy.
And with that miss, everybody's going to take a deep breath and take a timeout. 3:05 to go here in the ball game. Tennessee comfortably in front for their 4th win in 5 starts. They lead it by 43. We'll be back right after this.
How you describe Ford Mustang, one constant remains. Power. A ton of power. Now it's easy to know firsthand what it means to drive the original muscle car, Ford Mustang. In honor of Ford's 100th anniversary, lease an 04 Mustang for only $5 a day. That's only $150 a month on the 2004 Ford Mustang. Only at your local Ford dealer.
You live a lot of your life between 0 and 55. No one understands that like your State Farm agent. That's why more people insure their cars with us than anyone else. Because we think car insurance should be as much about you as it is about your car.
University of Tennessee basketball brought to you by First Tennessee Bank, the official bank of the Vols. By State Farm Insurance and your Tennessee State Farm agents. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Eastman Chemical Company, reminding you that good sports always recycle. By the Ford dealers throughout the greater Knoxville and Chattanooga areas, where you'll find quality people, quality products. And by Budweiser. Grab a cold, fresh Budweiser. It's game time.
Coming up next right here on CSS, Furman at Ohio State as another member of the Southern Conference steps out into big-time college basketball. They go into the Big Ten to face the Buckeyes. That'll be coming up next here on CSS. There's a good shot of Boomer Herndon. His Volunteers comfortably in front with a 43-point lead and 3 minutes to go in the game. 10 points, 5 boards for Herndon. And a foul on Tennessee's Fred Smithwick, who's in the game now.
I think that's everybody now. Tennessee will have played everybody that's dressed on the bench tonight. As a team, Tennessee has a 1.5 to 1 assist to turnover ratio. That's a pretty good ratio when you consider that big men handle the basketball too.
Gochner drops it off to Quinn on the right side. Skip pass over to Eric Wilson. Shot misses. Rebounded by Kedron Young, who misses outside. Fought for the rebound, and it's taken away by Boomer Herndon. That's 6. Can he get 4 boards in the last 2.5 minutes?
Whoa! That is some of that athleticism by John Winchester. Slashes the baseline, goes way up over the rim and knocks it in. There's a block by Boomer.
2 block shots for Herndon. Albrecht with a rebound. Tennessee up the floor quickly. Bradshaw spinning, shooting. Oh, nice shot by Dane Bradshaw.
Beautiful delay, held the ball. Shot it actually as he's coming down off the board. It's just fun time now.
Tennessee 94-47 over the Citadel. We're under 2 minutes to go in the ball game.
And here's where Coach Pat Dennis is saying, guys, slow down and run your sets. We're a young team. We need to learn by this. Let's don't just play haphazard basketball.
Shot missed by Andy Miller. Bradshaw had it stolen by Quinn. Quinn slows it down. Nice feed to Gochner, who's fouled by Bradshaw, going in for the basket, and Gochner gets 2 shots with 1:29 to go.
I tell you, Quinn's come in and done a nice job for Citadel. He's played well in relief.
Foul was on Fred Smithwick and not Bradshaw, his second.
You see them coming down, making a nice pass underneath. The Bradshaw block over the back. Smithwick, they're going to call that foul every time.
Gochner rolls the first one in there. Well, Pat Dennis is he talking to himself or one of his assistants? I would hope one of his assistants.
He kind of told us before the game, Randy, that they were going to have some games like this. It's such a young team, and what he's got coming in next year, he's encouraged. He thinks they're going to keep getting better.
Bradshaw into the front court. Albrecht to Winchester. Tennessee playing catch with it. Smithwick, they like to get him into the scoring column. Bradshaw.
There he is.
There he is, Smithwick. And Herndon's going to get the follow with 2 shots. And Smithwick's upset because he missed a dunk. How many is that? That's 6, right?
There's another chance. I think Smithwick, if he just goes up, he was way up. If he just goes up here, you'll see it. If he just goes up maybe and lays it in, he might score. I don't know. He had 2 guys flying at him.
Boomer Herndon goes back to the line with 10 points. Tennessee with 52 rebounds. 7 boards for the game for Boomer Herndon. He misses the first shot.
And I'll tell you, a lot of those rebounds, or a good number of them, are on the offensive end, and that gives you domination when you get more than one chance to score every time you take it down the floor.
Herndon misses a pair. Citadel with the basketball back up the floor. We're under a minute to go. Off the glass, no good. Tip, no good. Out of bounds. It'll belong to Tennessee with 52.3 seconds left. Albrecht.
Nice feed.
Bradshaw got the layup to go down. 96-49.
Good look by Justin. Caught the slashing Bradshaw going down the lane. Wide open.
Out of bounds. Citadel still on the floor. Wilson back to Quinn for 3.
Boomer with another block. He's filling up the scorebook. There's another block. And a rebound.
Herndon with his 8th rebound. His 3rd block. Smithwick for 3. Yes!
And the crowd erupts. That's what they stayed for, Randy. That shot.
The 11th volunteer to score in the game is Fred Smithwick. It's 99-49, and Tennessee will take a 50-point win over the Citadel Bulldogs tonight here at Thompson Bowling Arena. Buzz Peterson shakes hands. His team improves to 4-1 on the year. The Citadel drops to 2-6. Well, Bill Justice, much better for Tennessee after the loss at Nebraska. They came in, they played hard defensively. Every area of the Volunteer game looked good tonight.
Every player on Tennessee's team, all the way down the bench, made great contributions tonight. Everybody had a good game. As we said, Tennessee's a more talented team than Citadel, but you wouldn't normally expect it to be a 50-point margin. So Tennessee worked hard and had a good game. Nice comeback for them. Gets them ready for Georgia State. That's going to be a tough one, and we've got that one Saturday night.
Well, they're back. The UConn Huskies reclaim their preseason spot atop the Associated Press men's college basketball top 25 poll. Huskies host Iona on Saturday at 12:30 Eastern. Then stick around as the Tennessee Volunteers entertain the Georgia State Panthers live at 2 Eastern. We'll have the play-by-play for you Saturday afternoon. Tennessee wins big. They beat the Citadel tonight by 50, 99-49. The Volunteers are 4-1 as they head into their game Saturday afternoon against Georgia State. For Bill Justice and our crew here in Knoxville, I'm Randy Smith. Good night, everybody.